Welcome to the France 24 Observers. This show is based on our network of observers. They're ordinary people who tell us what's going on where they are and send in photos and videos to document it. We check everything here in Paris and bring the best to you. We begin today in the Democratic Republic of Congo, in the eastern part of the huge country. Hutu rebels are still making trouble there nearly 2 decades after the genocide in neighbouring Rwanda. They are being blamed for a horrible massacre on the night of the 13th to the 14th of May in a village named Kamananga. Our observer, who we'll call Patrick, went to the village the next morning when the houses were still burning.
We went to the village the day after the massacre. We took the bodies out of the houses and put them outside. Then we took photos. Some of the people had been killed with machetes, some with bullets. We counted 33 bodies. Some of the women had been raped before they were killed. There's a United Nations base just 2 or 3 kilometers from the village. The peacekeepers didn't intervene while the massacre was going on. It makes me despair. It makes me angry. These were innocent people. People who had no idea why they should be slaughtered like that for no reason. People who had no idea what's going on.
The UN peacekeepers say that when they got word of the massacre, it was too late. Now to the other side of the world, Burma. The country has been getting a lot of good press recently, letting Aung San Suu Kyi out of house arrest and into parliament, halting a controversial Chinese dam in the north. But there are disturbing reports coming out of the country's west. Mob violence between the Buddhist majority and members of a Muslim minority. We hear first from one of our Burmese observers who managed to get to the region and send us a report by mobile phone. The Rohingyas are the Muslims, the Rakhine, the Buddhists.
This is the fire. Rohingya people set fire on Rakhine's houses and Hindu shrine over there. I think some of them should be a citizen if they are living peaceful here. But actually they are not native here. They don't speak in local language. They are going to push this conflict to religious war.
You can see that Tu Taizar believes the Muslims are responsible for the violence. That is not what our second observer says. He is a member of the Rohingya minority who lives here in Paris.
The Rohingyas have been in the region since at least the 10th century. They've always gotten along peacefully with the Buddhist majority, even if there were occasional clashes. But in 1982, the junta passed a law saying the Rohingyas were no longer Burmese citizens. They said they had arrived too late, after the country's independence. I believe it's the army that's behind the current troubles. I think they've been stirring things up so they can keep their grip on the region. They're even bringing Buddhist villagers in from other parts of the country and from Bangladesh. They want to get rid of the Rohingyas to take their land and give it to Buddhists.
Next up, a look at some of the images sent in this week by our observers. First stop, Woodstock, South Africa. It's a suburb of Cape Town that's gotten a new lease on life because of its murals. A local artist has persuaded his comrades to cover the neighbourhood with wall art. He's roped in amateurs too, local grown-ups and kids. The idea was to give Woodstock a makeover, so it will be known for something other than its drug dealers. Our observer Jose Romeo de Abreu lives in Cape Town and took these pictures. He says Woodstock still has its drug dealers, but it also has new offices, cafes and upscale boutiques. We finished today with a hoax, courtesy of Faria, one of our observers in Iran. Earlier this month, a rumor made the rounds on Iranian Facebook pages that the soda giant Pepsi was going to use giant lasers to broadcast its logo on the moon. It was supposed to happen on June 5th. Thousands of Iranians went up on their rooftops to take a look, only to be cruelly disappointed. A similar thing happened back in 1979, Faria says, a rumor just before Ayatollah Khomeini's return from exile that his face would appear on the moon. A lot of people insisted they saw it. That's all for this week. As always, you can find more from our observers on our website, on our Facebook and Twitter pages, and on our iPhone app. See you next time, here or online.